What is up, everyone? Welcome back. We are back at it again. I missed all of last week. Sorry about that. The whole household was sick. It was all bad. So it was just kind of one of those things, just surviving. Nothing serious, but we're back at it. So if you guys are new to the channel, this is my channel about how to make your Turo fleet run as smoothly as possible, or just your rental car fleet, period. It doesn't have to be Turo. A lot of these things work for Turo and hire car, avail, anything you got. So what do you say we get back into this right off the bat, start off a good new month, and I will show you September's earnings. This will be September's earnings for 5 cars, which actually will probably be 4 cars because we'll do a breakdown of why. Now, we do know September was kind of the dog days of rental. Like everybody's going back to school, to work, all this stuff, so rentals are just kind of going, to the wayside. Now, things should be picking up a little bit. Actually, they should be picking up quite a bit. Hopefully it's doing this for all of you guys, and you guys are seeing a lot more bookings. You may not see the prices that you were hoping for, like you saw, 6-7 months ago, but hopefully you're seeing an increase in rentals, and you're starting to see a lot more bookings coming up. We'll get right into this. If you guys ever need any help, by all means, there's a course down below. It goes over everything that we've done, everything that I've learned from the 5,000 plus trips that we've had on our other account, plus the trips that I've had on this account. Just basically how to make everything run as smoothly as possible. If you need to get a hold of me, there's also a link down there for booking a call with me, but whatever you guys need, the resources are there. And hopefully you're getting a lot of just good killer information just out of these videos, period. So without further ado, let's jump into September. So like I said, there is 7 cars on my platform right now, or on my profile right now. You got the Fiesta, Focus, Civic, Accent. You got the Wrangler. You can see that thing right here. It's doing very good at keeping the concrete down here in the garage. It's not going out. It's listed, but I don't really have it listed at a reasonable price for anybody to actually want to book it. But more into that later. You got the Forte and the Mazda 6. Now I'll tell you right now for September, let's see, Fiesta, Focus, Civic, Accent, and Forte were the only ones that were really listed. And that was 2, 4, 5 cars. So 5 cars, not 4 cars. 5 out of my 7 were listed, and let's show you what it actually did. So go over here to earnings, $3,500 for a slow month. Now, we didn't lose money, we didn't make a whole lot of money, but we did all right. So let's do a breakdown of what all we got here. Let's go to vehicles. We'll go to Ford Fiesta first. So this one not bad. For September we did $927, which is actually kind of funny. It's actually doing really well so far for October. But $927. Let's go back over to vehicles. We'll go to the Fiesta and the calendar. And you can see this thing's booked up most of the month already, so that's kind of nice. And in September, we were down, 2.25 days. So that's why this car did so well. Now it's not set at a high price. You can see that it's really just I have it set at just a flat rate. It's a cash car, and basically anything I make on it is gonna be profit. It's gonna be cash flow, and it'll take care of anything else that goes on, whether it be maintenance or anything else for any of the other cars. But that kind of gives you an idea. I wish, and I need to make sure that I go through and put my prices on here. I wish this actually showed the prices that I had it last month. But for the most part, I believe I was sitting right about that $38 a week or a day. Weekends, yes, I should bump it up, but honestly, $38 a day for a Fiesta, not bad. We'll go back over to earnings, and let's drop it down to the Ford Focus. This one, not so great. I got a little bit of reimbursements there. $19 for reimbursements. That must have been fuel or something. I don't even remember what that one was. But $607, not the greatest, but we knew this was coming. We're prepared for it, just like hopefully you guys were. And if you guys weren't this year, you got the next one coming around. You got next year. Remember, have it noted, write that down, so that way you don't get caught up next year. But let's go to the Focus, go to calendar. Booyah! We got a couple weeks already booked. But you can see this one was rough. I had 1 full week, almost full week booking, and then the other ones were 3.5 day bookings, 2.5 day bookings, just weekends. And this kind of goes along with that other flight, the new one that's coming in. This is where you really got to know your market. So we had a different flight, different airline coming into this particular airport, and then boom, all of a sudden now you get just the weekends booked up, and it's hard to fill those gaps, especially if you got a local that needs a car while their car's in the shop, whatever it may be. You gotta judge for it and make sure basically if they are taking it for the weekend, it's worth it. You know what I mean? Make sure that price is high enough where it's worth it and it covers for the other days that it was down. But once again, it was also September, so we know it was gonna be slower. So I'm not too worried about it. So let's go back over here to earnings. And now we will get with the Honda Civic. Honda Civic, same thing. It's about $700, $694. Not doing too bad. Could have been a little better, and it's just like the Focus, but it did all right. So let's shoot over here to vehicles. We'll go to the Civic, calendar, booyah. So same thing here. You can see, same situation as the Focus. People are just booking it on the weekends. It kind of sucks, but it's to be expected. But once again, this is why we prepared for it. You can see that I gotta raise those prices. That ain't very much. You can see I got a couple bookings already for October, but for the most part, September was just kind of, August and September, man, those things were, look at those. Those two were rough, I tell you. But it's neither here nor there. Still better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. How's that? So let's go back over here to earnings. And we will go to the Accent. So the Accent right at just under $600 for September. Not bad. A little bit of reimbursements there. $14. I'm gonna see what these reimbursements are for, because I know I didn't pay, $4 for fuel. You would think I would know these reimbursements, but I don't know what that $14 one is, unless it's this from the 33 and it just happened to roll over. But regardless, let's go back over to vehicles, Accent, calendar, and look at that. This thing was booked up for the most part for the most of the month. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days total. So not bad. So this just goes to tell you, you want a little dynamite right here. Get these commuters, because these ones will carry the weight of your expensive cars. Now, if you guys went out and you bought BMWs, you bought Mercedes, you bought all these expensive cars, and they're not quite making their own payment, boom, this right here will cover it. So that way you're never completely upside down. But let's go back over into, we're going to earnings, and come on. All right, not sure what happened there, but we're back in earnings. Let's go over here to vehicles. We know that the Jeep, I didn't do anything. That was from the 1 month that I listed it, 2 trips. So not a whole lot to really say there. And let's go over to the Kia Forte. So the Kia Forte, not too bad, $671. As you can see, most of these things weren't doing too much, and you're gonna get a look at it just like I am right now, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this thing just booked on the weekends. I haven't even looked at it. I should be paying attention to this a lot more than I have been, but let's see what happens. Look at that. Just like my Focus, my Civic, same thing, just booking on the weekends. There's a lot of utilization there that is not utilized. Yes. But especially compared to the other months. So there you go. And you can kind of see the pattern start to happen again here. So we got to really change things up so October does not look the same. But that kind of, in a nutshell, gives you guys what it looks like. Now the Mazda. So the Mazda 6, this one's been the one that's kind of been a thorn in my side. I personally really like this car. I don't know what the deal is with it. At the beginning of the month, I was just kind of debating on whether or not, hey, am I going to dump this thing? Am I going to send it to auction? Whatever I need to do to get rid of it, what am I going to do? And then I just kind of got to the point where I was kind of hem-hawing back and forth, and I just decided, you know what? If I'm going to go a direction with it, just stick with it and quit questioning myself, just like anything that you do in business or in life, period. Don't question yourself, just go after it. So the Mazda, let's go to the calendar. Look at that, it only booked for 2 trips at the end of September. Now this was because my last trip, I was having issues with it. That was the one where the renter he went through, took clips off the inner fender well. Everything was just weird, so I decided, all right, you know what? I'm gonna spend a couple $100. I got the windows retinted because there was 2 different colors of tint, and it just wasn't very appealing, right? And then same thing with the headlights. The headlights just weren't quite up to par. They were really cracked and dim and just really needed something to spice this thing up. So I put new headlights on it and did the tint, and oh my gosh, that thing changed the look, changed everything about that car. So now it actually looks like it fits with my fleet. So we will see how that goes. If nothing else, hopefully this at least pays me back for the upgrades that I have done to it. Honestly, I got high hopes for this car. I think it'll do very well. I think it'll kind of flip its script as far as the renters go. I did mark it a little bit higher, so hopefully that kind of helps out too, so you're not getting a full-size sedan at like 30, 28 bucks a day. Now it's up, you know, 38, 40 bucks a day, 45 and 50 at times, depending on when it is. So hopefully that all kind of changes. But that, in a nutshell, tells you why I am the way I was with 5 cars on the platform. Utilization for the cars that I did have wasn't the greatest. My commuter car's always gone. Those ones seem to really just rock and roll with this. And, you know, just kind of is what it is. The Mazda, boom, there you go. Look at that, $9. $9 for the month of September. Whatever, but you can see this thing's just a paint. $153 reimbursement, $200 reimbursement. Like, it's just, I don't want to deal with those. I don't want to have to deal with hunting down money. You know what I mean? And I want it to be something where somebody can just jump in it, it's reliable, it's safe, and they know that they can just go out and enjoy themselves and kind of roll around in style while they're at it. So that, in a nutshell, is basically how my September went. It was kind of not the greatest, but I'm not mad because we still made money. I was sick the last week of September, and I did have to have some help moving cars because honestly, the sick, I didn't have Rona or anything, but you know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel comfortable going in these cars and handling it myself, so I had somebody else go through, do whatever they had to, and basically ran it as if I was on vacation out of town. Now I will say that it sucks because I really was planning on doing a bunch of YouTube stuff, but my throat was all jacked up, and I ended up, my face was breaking out. I'm like, I can't, I got a little more self-respect, and that's where I needed to be a little bit more presentable when I came to facing you guys. So anyway, I hope this helped you guys out in some way, form, shape, whatever. I hope it helped you guys out. I will definitely get you guys more info, more content coming up, and I'm back at it. I promise. I'm not sick anymore, and I can show my face. As much as y'all don't want to see it, I can show it. But either way, I hope it helped out a little bit. Remember, check the description below for any kind of links to help you guys run as smoothly as possible, and hopefully you guys are just ready to crush it for the next few months. Catch you guys later. Peace.